Good afternoon and welcome to spending a few minutes with me this afternoon. I'd like to thank California Lawyers Association for inviting me to participate in today's mindful moment exercise. And this is part of a series that CLA has started. And so the program that you're going to listen to today is called Practicing Resilience in These Times, Tools to Navigate Our Personal and Professional Lives. And I'd like to encourage you to take a few notes. If you can, jot down some thoughts and ideas that come up during the course of this presentation. You know, life is very stressful under normal circumstances and normal conditions. And now we have this pandemic. And it's common for all of us to feel overwhelmed. We have family and work crises. We have emergencies. The courts are closed for a substantial period of time. You're facing financial distress, personally, professionally, family members, our society. There's mental and physical health implications. There's technology challenges that you're facing, having to conduct your life remotely. Perhaps you've got children at home and you're likewise having to handle their school assignments and be a teacher. You may feel overloaded. There's media overload. Finding work, professional, and family balance amongst even your community obligations is definitely a challenge. And so, you may be feeling a lack of control as we face social restrictions, economic fragility, and the vulnerability of our bodies. And so I'd like to talk about resilience. What is resilience? Resilience simply is the ability to bounce back. Some people are born with characteristics of resilience or a more positive outlook. But research demonstrates that resilience isn't necessarily a trait that people either have or don't have. Resilience involves behaviors, thoughts, and actions that can be learned and developed. The practice of resilience literally changes the structure of our brains, a process called neuroplasticity. Moving on to my next slide, I'd like to spend a few minutes and talk about some of the pillars of resilience training. Let's first look at physical resilience. Take some time and think about your diet and if it's healthy and balanced. Are you getting exercise? Are you moving and connecting with your body? Are you getting quality sleep and avoiding or moderating your sugar, alcohol, caffeine, and nicotine consumption? And what about your breath? Do you regularly practice good breathing techniques? In a few minutes, we will practice a breathing meditation exercise. But in the meantime, I'd like to share with you what Alicia Goldstein from Mindful Magazine calls STOP. That's S-T-O-P. The S stands for stop. Be in this moment. The T is for take a few breaths. And I invite you to even do this right now. Begin inhaling through your nose and exhaling through your mouth, like you're blowing through a straw. Begin counting as you do this on a count of 1 to 8. That's 1 through 8 as you inhale. And 1 through 8 on the exhale. Continue doing this for several minutes. The O in stop stands for observe. As you're breathing, Observe your body. Notice any tension or tightness. Begin to soften physically and emotionally. The P in stop stands for proceed. To pay attention and ask to yourself, what do I need right now? Just be gently asking yourself. Stop, take a few breaths, observe your body, and proceed to pay attention. To enhance your mental resilience, let me ask, do you spend a few minutes every day and challenge yourself and do things like crossword puzzles, learn a new language, read poetry? Now's a perfect time to start a mindfulness, meditation, and yoga practice. The evidence clearly shows that this improves our immune system and cognitive health. Let me take this opportunity now to briefly talk about mindfulness and meditation, because these terms are often used interchangeably. John Kabat-Zinn, the founder of mindfulness-based stress reduction, that's MBSR, says mindfulness is awareness that arises through paying attention on purpose in the present moment, non-judgmentally. Mindfulness involves focusing on the breath to cultivate attention on the body and mind as it is for moment to moment. Meditation can be an important part of mindfulness practice, and it typically refers to a formal seated practice that focuses on opening your heart, expanding awareness, increase calm, and concentrate inward. The relationship between mindfulness and emotional resilience has much to do with our emotional regulation and our ability to sustain positive emotions and recover quickly from negative ones. Social resilience. It's important to have good, nurturing relationships to help better withstand life's challenges and feel connected. This helps us lift the cognitive and emotional load of life. And lastly, spiritual resilience is the dimension of our lives that has to do with a felt connection with ourselves, with others, and the world. It's about all the ways we create and maintain connection and meaning and purpose in life. Research demonstrates that people's resilience is enhanced by training and will make a measurable difference in the experience of stress, anxiety, fatigue, mindful attention, and happiness. I encourage you to make these pillars a part of your daily routine. I'd like to highlight a few suggestions or tools to promote resilience. At the beginning of today's presentation, I mentioned stress and anxiety associated with a sense of lack of control. One remedy to this reality in life is accept the fact that so much of life, especially around what's happening now, is beyond your control. Have a realistic sense of control in the choices you make. Change your narrative and accept change. Let go of the inner critic in your head. Face your fears. Be positive. Practice gratitude. And remember, you don't have to do this alone. Build a social support system with positive relationships. Call or text a friend. a family member, a colleague, a client. Develop connections that nurture your spiritual life. Engage in activities that bring you joy. Keep your sense of humor. Maintain healthy boundaries with your time and resources, while at the same time, be aware of others around you who are showing symptoms of trauma and stress. That would be family members, people in your community, and particularly your clients. Be willing to listen and talk to others about how they are doing and feeling. Before we spend the last few minutes doing a guided breathing meditation exercise, let me leave you with this closing thought. Lawyers play a unique and important role in our society, especially in the face of so many challenges and uncertainty. We are being tested in unimaginable ways to thrive and bounce back and practice resilience for our individual and professional well-being and our collective well-being will make us stronger and healthier in the end. I want to encourage you to check out some resources that have resilience training programs, and that includes Berkeley's Greater Good Science Center, in particular, Dr. Richard Hansen, as well as the Mayo Clinic that has a resilience training online program. Both of these resources are free. And so we have a few minutes then to do a breathing exercise, okay? So I'd like you to find a relaxed, comfortable position, seated on a chair or on the floor, on a cushion. Keep your back upright, but not too tight. Hands resting wherever they're comfortable. Tongue on the roof of your mouth or wherever it's comfortable. And you can notice your body from the inside. Noticing the shape of your body, the weight, touch, and let yourself relax. And become curious about your body. Seated here. The sensations of your body. The touch. The connection with the floor. The chair. Relax any areas of tightness or tension. Just breathe. And soften. And now begin to tune into your breath. In your body. Feeling the natural flow of breath. Don't need to do anything to your breath. Not long, not short, just natural. And notice where you feel your breath in your body. It might be in your abdomen. It may be in your chest or throat. Or in your nostrils. See if you can feel the sensations of breath. One breath at a time. When one breath ends, the next breath begins. Now, as you do this, you might notice that your mind might start to wander. You might start thinking about other things. If this happens, this is not a problem. It's very natural. Just notice that your mind has wandered. You can say thinking or wandering in your head softly. And then gently redirect your attention right back to the breathing. So we'll stay with this for some time in silence. Just a short time, noticing our breath. From time to time, getting lost in thought and returning to our breath. See if you can be really kind to yourself in the process. And once again, you can notice your body, your whole body, seated here. Let yourself relax even more deeply. And then offer yourself some appreciation for doing this practice today. whatever that means to you. Finding a sense of ease and well-being for yourself and this day. Thank you for sharing it. That was wonderful. I really enjoyed that, and I hope it was helpful for you too. So I hope that you have gained some insights on enhancing and practicing some new tools for resilience and resilience building and well-being. May you all be safe. If you'd like to send me any questions or comments, I'd be happy to entertain that. And please feel free to direct them to Ellen Miller with the California Lawyers Association, and her email address is ellen.miller@calawyers.org. And also, why don't you feel free to even comment on the series that CLA has started with respect to mindful moments. Thank you. Have a wonderful day.